Oh, I went to one of my homegirls' birthday party, right?
Okay.
That shit turned into a whole concert, my dude.
Frost. Adorable. Finna get that vision crystallized, yes sir. Artists work, man. We work together, you feel me? Sunrise finish. Alright, let's see. Yeah, and imitation is the greatest teacher. You know, like you have to just kind of learn. That's why I watch anime nonstop. Partly because I'm obsessed with anime, but partly because it's like, you know, this is what makes me. This must be what defines my existence at this point. I'm gonna study the art, like.
I get it.
So excuse me while we nerd out a little bit. So basically right now what I'm doing is I'm just playing around with the brushes, make sure I get the right brush. I personally like the airbrush. I don't go there right now. Right now I'm in the erasers, but I'm finna pick it up in a second. I like to use the airbrush because I feel like it just gives the best feel. It feels almost like, you know, like you're painting with an airbrush, but it gives great texture. And it gives a real organic paint blend that I really like when I'm working on these type of projects. First off, I'm finna get this Rare Royals logo out the way so I can focus on that one separately, and we're finna get right on into this tutorial on how to paint in Clip Studio Paint. Today we're going to be working on the deity for Charity's brand, Rare Royals. So this is going to be the deity slash, you know, character, you know, mascot for her brand. So what I just did was I increased the size of the screen. All you have to do is go to the top right corner and click canvas, and then basically hit change canvas size. Then you just can increase that canvas size as you want. Right here I was just playing around with just the concept of putting the Rare Royals crown on top of the deity. I believe me and Frost was engaged in conversation right here, and basically, yeah, she told me that that wasn't her deity. That was actually the deity for her sister. So this is Charity's deity. So you see she has a nice beautiful crown on her. Looks really nice. I really like how it looks. It's really player, really clean. So I'm going over, I'm adjusting my brush size, and I'm keeping it sped up. So I changed my mind. I didn't keep it sped up. I slowed it down a little bit actually. So right now I'm adjusting my density and my hardness. That basically just allows me to figure out how hard I want the brush to be. I'm going over to my layers now, and I'm adjusting the occupancy of my layer, right? Just making sure the occupancy is on the right layer, on the right, you know, the right speed, so I can see past the paper. And I'm gonna go up under my current layer and drop some paint on the background. Basically, this just allows me to have a nice clean white sheet of paper to work with, which is really convenient because, you know, now I feel like I'm working. Right, so we're gonna organize our layers on the right side, make sure everything's organized and in order, so we can get straight into the art. So from this point, it's basically like you're drawing, right? Okay, so coming up, I do a little sticky icky right here, so pay attention, right? So okay, so you're gonna go down you're gonna go to that tool. You're gonna pick the symmetrical ruler, right? Symmetrical ruler. And you're gonna zoom on in, and you're gonna click, find a center point. For me, I felt like the nose was a nice center point. So don't do it that way. Do it that way, right down the middle, or split your picture right in half, right down the middle. And this is the symmetry tool. So basically what this is gonna do is, it's gonna allow everything that you draw on the left side or whatever side you draw on, is gonna reflect it to the right side. So now we're gonna go to our brush. Find us, like I said, I like the airbrush, it's my favorite brush. You know, put a little line so we can see what's going on. All right, cool. It traced and reflected the lines to the other side. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I think I'm just playing with different brushes. All right. So we're back. Okay. I was probably getting some juice or something. Let me actually speed it up here, because all I have to do now is basically draw. Okay, there we go. So boom, as you can see, when I draw that nose on one side, it makes a perfect replica on the other side. Boom. Look how smooth that is. So now the eye, this is what's gonna make it break you. So I love what Frost did here. I know Frost is watching, so I love your original design, Frost, but I didn't want to completely take it. I had to add my own fizzle to it. I was finna put some little lashes on there, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna keep the natural aesthetic of it, you know, keep it clean. So boom, tried that. I wasn't feeling that. But the beautiful thing about the symmetrical ruler, you can really go in and have fun, and it does it on the other side, so you only have to make it one time. And then another beautiful thing about working on the computer like this, they have the beautiful thing, which is the Control Z. So is it Control? Yeah, Control Z. So I hit Control Z a couple times right here. Control Z basically backspaces everything you do. So a nice, easy troubleshoot for you trying to figure this shit out. In the beginning, easily just Control Z and go back. I go to my eraser here. You can do the same thing with your eraser brush, just like you do with your pencil. Control the density, control the size right there in your menu. Then I'm gonna go back to my paintbrush, which is the airbrush, like I said, my favorite brush, soft tip. And we're gonna go back in and really master that eye. And let me go ahead and speed it up here just so we can get into the sauce. Oh yeah, so as you can see now, we're going a little bit faster. I wish I could draw this at that actual speed. I was going way slower. But you know, here we're just mastering the stroke, playing with different, different vibes. The eyes are the windows to the soul. So you want to make sure that you really take your time and master the eye. And luckily, when you use that beautiful symmetrical tool, you only got to do it one time. You don't got to go back and do it, twice, because usually it's really hard to get a symmetrical eye 2 times. All artists know this. One of the hardest parts of art when you're first starting off. So we're going in, looking back at it. I wish I would have kind of opened the eye up a little bit. That would have been lit, and did some big pupils. That would have really gave it that anime look. But this is still cool. It's like a reserved, chill glare. You know what I'm saying? So I fuck with the aesthetic of it. And Honestly, I'm probably finna disappear for a little while unless you guys just kind of, sit back and enjoy the music and really just vibe out and learn something. Have a good time. Get you a drink. Pick up your iPad. Frost, I made this video for you, so I'm sure you probably got your iPad in your hand and you're getting right on into it. You know what I'm saying? Getting your draw on. I know I'm better than all of your professors. I think she's currently enrolled in Full Sail University, I want to say. She's going there for animation, so she's gonna be doing a lot of badass shit over there. So, kudos to her and her art journey. I'm damn near finna speed this up some more, because how long is this video right now? The video is fucking... Okay, we're at 10 minutes right now. 11 minutes. 11:11's coming up. That's hot. Oh, yeah. Wish for $1 million. Oh, shit. Alright. Well, you see it. That motherfucker looking good. I ain't even gonna lie, that motherfucker looking good. I already know what she look like. Finished, and she look good right now. And you see what you can really see from this perspective what wonders that symmetrical tool does. Like, look how smoothly I was able to create that transition. Tried some little freckles here. Was gonna do whiskers, but I felt like it looked a little masculine, so I was like, nah, Control Z. Was playing with the little beard here, the little whisker, the little bottom chin. It still was giving feminine, so I allowed that one to stay. Had to master that. Just playing with some stuff. But I'm finna turn the music up, so sit back and relax and enjoy the show. Okay, I'm gonna come back in one more time. This was mad annoying trying to get this line to give like I wanted to give in the middle. So I think I just kind of like sidetracked from that. Yeah, just went to the ears, some shit that just helped me center the image some. Yeah. I felt like those kind of look like locks to me, so I just was like, shit, let me do like some little braids, some locks and shit. Give it some character, give it some vibes, you know what I'm saying? Was finna hit it with the claws, but I was like, nah. I mean, in some world that shit might have been hard, but I felt like it was a little more smooth with just a clean cut look. Keep it cartoony, keep it keep it cute. You feel me? I ain't even gonna cap, this crown was a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Cause it wasn't perfectly symmetrical for real. Respect, artists doesn't have to be, but when you're using a symmetrical tool, it forces you to work in symmetry, which works great for logos and just digital art. Just makes stuff way faster. Just really going the extra miles trying to, make sure I get all them details in. So right here we get a little jiggy. I had a time skip, had to play with that crown a little bit. So went crazy on the crown, I ain't even gonna cap. And then I went ahead and added that Rare Royals logo on the chest piece. But I was like, I'm gonna save that for later. So real quick, what I just did was I got the paint bucket tool. That mug right there, you can see it clicked over there, all right? So this allows you to just fill in any empty spaces. So you gotta make sure that you close all those spaces. And all you have to do is literally just dab that color in wherever you want it. So boom, fill in the lots quick. That's why I love digital so much, quick. Major key though, you wanna make sure that you copy your line work. I think this is what I go back and do right now. So I didn't copy my line work, so you finna see me go over in the corner. Take it, you want to grab and drag. So grab, you see that one? I got 2 layers. So you want to put one line work on top of your base color. So now you can see the line work on top of the color, right? So that's just going to make sure that it looks proper, right? So even when you shading in, it's gonna look, you're gonna see that line work, and that's just gonna make it, give it that anime feel, give it that tattoo feel, give it that, just give it that feel, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to go back and have to redo all the line work you already did. Shit gonna take too long. So this is the fun part. So now we go play with colors. I'm like, okay, cool. I like black on the nose. So literally all you have to do is just go in, go through that color wheel, pick what color you want, play around with the different shades. I was trying to keep it royal because when I talked to Charity, she was like, she wanted, like, we basically agreed that gold, purple, and black would be the brand color. So keep that nice, beautiful royal purple, mix it with some gold tones and some black tones. So I picked a slightly lighter yellow to go on top of that orange right there, just so we can, you know, create a little separation, a little contrast in it. I think it looks sexy. And yeah, so now that you guys kind of understand how the color is very, very simple, just about you being creative at this point, I'm finna go ahead and speed this bad boy back up. You feel what I'm saying? So we don't be exporting all night. So speeding that motherfucker back up. We had some technical difficulties right here because for some reason this tail did not close off. I don't know what was going on. I believe it has something to do with the mirror tool, because I think it mirrored on the other side. So that's one of those things about trying to use shortcuts. Like the mirror tool, sometimes you have issues. So I ended up just going in the old-fashioned way. So what I try to do right here, I try to close off the lines. So most of the time, as long as you close off the lines, you're good. So I'm like, what the fuck going on? Bro, this shit was really kind of blowing me because I was getting in the groove. But you know, we just kept thinking about it. I'm like, okay, how can I fix this? All right, let's just paint it in traditionally, and I think that's what I ended up doing here. So you see, we had to make sure we go to the layer. This is why having that upper layer of black is so essential, because now I can color purple, but I can still make sure that black outline is still there on top of the purple, all right? So, you know, work smarter, not harder. That is the key, the name of the game. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what we did here. So you see, it took a little time, but hey, we got it done. You know, clean up the edges, make sure that purple not coming out. You know, it's the details that matter. You know what I'm saying? That's what separates a great artist from a regular artist. So I seen the two-tail look. I was almost finna get jiggy with that. So now what you're going to want to do is we're going to establish our shading layers. You know, I'm filling in those little spaces, but we want to establish our shading layers. So you're going to go find me a nice light tone that's going to look good on top of that royal purple. So I was like, this is for a girl's brand, so I feel like a nice light pink would be nice. And the way you can affect the shading and contrast is so smooth in here. So just going real light, you know, on the belly until I found that medium I like, you know. Go on top of a little erasing and a little adding, and you want to make sure that you do the shading on a separate layer. That way, just in case you fuck up or you need to erase, you can erase without having to worry about knocking that royal purple off. So, you know, go in, give them a little shade in the pause, you know what I'm saying, create that little contrast in the pause. You know, until I felt like it looked like I needed it to look and wanted it to look. You know, I think I went back with a little eraser just to add different looks. So you're just gonna want to keep playing with it until you get like you want it. You know, everybody can't stroke it, you know, like your boy, but you know, do your best. Okay, see, I went over with the eraser, and see, that really gave it that look I wanted. Now it looks like pause, right? And then, you know, went on top of there. I was like, okay, cool. Knock that some of that down. Now that that's starting to look right? Slow it down slightly here. Want to just kind of highlight a major key when you're doing this shit. That's why you want to do multiple layers, so that way, like I said, you can erase the shadow, erase the shade, and that really helped me push the look in the envelope of what I was trying to do here. You know, so now I can go in, boom, create a shadow, you know, using the eraser, you know what I'm saying, by erasing some of that highlight that I added, and now I created the illusion of a shadow under her lip, you know what I'm saying. So, you know. And right here, I'm just, you know, playing with different brush sizes and shit, playing with different strokes, trying to see, you know, what's gonna really give me that look I really want right now. Now you want to go ahead and open up another layer, and you want to go ahead and establish your darks, right? Your shadows. So So once you find you a good clean shadow, play with that brush size, play with that hardness, play with the brush density. That's how you basically determine how much paint is on the brush and how much, just how dark you gonna go. So you don't want to go too dark, at least I didn't for this particular image. So once I settled on that color, I was like, okay, that's a nice smooth color. So now we go in, add a little dark highlights, add some shadows. And I really like what this layer did to it. Just like on any picture or any painting, to me personally, that shadow and that little darkness adds so much life to painting, surprisingly. You just add that shadow in there, I don't know, it just does something to it, you know what I'm saying? So for me, once I added this in, that really set this picture off and really set the tone. I really like how that started to form the body of the picture and really give it a three-dimensional kind of look and make it pop a little bit. So yeah, enjoy. Free aim, baby. Hey, the eyeshadow is a major key. Once I started doing that, they give so much light to the eye. Just adding a little shadow right above the eyelid, it just really kind of like, man, it does something to it. Like, you see it, but trust me, for all the artists out there, start adding a little light shadow above the eyelid. It's gonna do wonders for making that eye pop out. You know what I'm saying? So now we're going in on the braids, just outlining, filling that shadow where it needs to be, not doing too much, keeping it cool. Then right here, I was like, shit, I'm gonna go ahead and push the envelope, go ahead and add a little undershadow. And what I did is I switched off of the symmetrical tool so that way I could line that shadow up like I wanted it to be. Because the symmetrical tool with the shadow just would have been just too much going on. And I knew I had to establish, that shadow on one side, 'cause I was gonna get rid of one of those tails. I kind of figured out like, nah, I'm gonna just do one tail. So go ahead and, create that shadow. That shadow is gonna fall a little bit, so it's not gonna sit right up under the tail. It's gonna, be on the ground. So I think that underbelly shadow was a lit touch. It really, really did something for the picture. So boom, get you an eraser, go in, erase. You see that black is still there because we did that on a different layer. So now we gotta go through, figure out what layer that shadow's on. And change your eraser size. Don't want to erase that purple. And now we can go in and get rid of that shadow. Okay, boom, go through our layers, figure out where it's at. All right, let's go in, be careful, erase that shadow. Yes, sir, D, ma'am. Now we're cooking with gas, throw that logo right on there. You feel me? So this is another one of my favorite features of digital work. Boom, I'm able to create multiple looks on the same file. So I got the black and gold, which is, you know, the solid one. And then I want to do like a little chakra setup. So, you know, go ahead and throw them chakras in there like that. With the 3 different tones, I feel like that was lit too. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Look, number 2. Yes, sir.
Let's get him out now.
You feel me? That's that full Rare Royals, you know, logo campaign. Yes, sir. So that's it for today's tutorial. Hope y'all learned something. Hope y'all got some information. Y'all followed me throughout the journey of making this logo. So yeah, Rare Royals, tap in with my girl. Yeah, see y'all next time. Yeah, man. Tap in, man. If you crystallize your vision. What's your hat? Yes, sir.